Hi guys, welcome to my very first Q&A. A couple weeks ago I put out a video asking me to leave you your questions. I did get about 7 questions, so thank you guys so much for leaving me those so that I was able to make this video. So let's get started. And if I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at that. So like I said, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your name. So for our first question, Kanisha asks, do you think you will try for more children, or will Liam complete your family? That is an excellent question. So it's kind of right now, I don't know if we're going to try for more children. Both my husband and I would like more children. But it was very, very emotionally draining to try for so long. And I don't know if I want to go through that again. So what we're doing right now, we're doing the not trying and not preventing. So basically, I'm not on any birth control, and we're not going to be using any kind of birth control. And that way it's going to be, if we get pregnant again, wonderful. We're going to love that. It's going to be so exciting. But if we don't, it's okay. Liam has just changed my life. He's so amazing. And if he's the only child that I ever have, I am completely fine with that. But like I said, I don't know at this point if I want to go through the process and the emotions of trying again. So there's that one. Anna asks, as far as my stretch marks goes, are they darker or are they disappearing? Have more shown up? More have not shown up, and I will go ahead and show you the stretch marks. To me, they are, I mean, you know, they're slightly embarrassing. I'm not going to like flaunt them, but I try really hard to be comfortable in my skin, and they're there for a amazing reason. And obviously I wouldn't trade, you know, I wouldn't change anything. If I could just not get stretch marks, that would be great. But you know, they happen. So I will show you. I think they're getting a little bit lighter, but I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. So here we go. The interesting thing about these is that the majority of them popped up after birth. I had 2 stretch marks on my belly the day I gave birth, and then after birth I got all of these. But I think that they're lightening up a little, especially on this side. I got a few right there, and these are the worst. But these have been there since, oh gosh, like 20 something weeks. So yeah, that's it for the stretch marks. One interesting thing that I'm going to start trying soon, I'm going to start doing the castor oil packs again, just for, like I said, overall fertility health, to help with any healing or scar tissue that I might have left over from my C-section. And I also read that it can also promote healing for scars such as stretch marks. So I'm very interested to see if that helps. But I'll keep you guys updated on that. I need to get everything set back up. I need to go back out and get another wool flannel, and I've still got castor oil, but I need to get everything together, and that is quite the task with the baby. It doesn't seem like it would be that bad, but it's quite the task. Next, Anna asks, what was involved in the procedure to untie Liam's tongue? Another great question. It was, for me as a mom, it was pretty brutal. It's very quick, but it's just, I almost didn't do it once I found out what he was gonna do, but I knew that he needed it. If nothing else, you know, I don't know if he would have had speech issues. A lot of children do have speech issues with tongue ties, but he just wasn't eating well, wasn't able to transfer a lot, so I went ahead, I decided to go ahead and do it, and I'm glad I did now because he's doing so much better. But basically, the doctor will hold up the tongue, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, frenulum, I believe it is. It's basically the little piece of skin that connects your tongue. His is too far up and too tight, so it would hold his tongue down. Basically, they took scissors and they clipped that little piece of skin. He cried a lot, and it was heart-wrenching. He did bleed, and they had to, then they cauterized the wound with a silver nitrate, and after that they let me nurse him. Number one, for comfort. Number two, just to see if it felt any better, because nursing was very painful with the tongue tie. And it took, I would say, a few weeks to actually heal up completely, but it looks like it's healed up completely. He doesn't act like he has any pain from it. He seemed like he was probably having some pain for about 3 days after the procedure. So other doctors do it differently. Some doctors do it with a laser, but this doctor just did it with the scissors. Next question. Anna wants to know, do we still have pets? How are they with Liam and their reaction when meeting? We do still have pets. I've got one dog. He's a miniature rat terrier. And he was down here, but I think he went back upstairs with Daddy. And we have a mixed breed that lives here also, and that is my stepson's dog. And really, they're pretty good with him. My dog, Joe Willie, he ignores them for the most part, but I have caught him getting a little more interested lately. He's come up and he's given him little kisses. I don't let him like kiss him in the mouth or, you know, anything like that, but he's like come up and licked his shoulder, you know, licked his cheek, just like a one little lick, and then he'll walk away. Sometimes he gets a little nervous around him, so if we put the baby next to him, he'll sometimes just get up and leave. And my stepson's dog, Alvin, at first he wanted to be around him all the time, and he just liked to look at him and watch him. And now, I guess he's just kind of gotten used to him, and he doesn't really act like it's any big deal. As far as their reaction, it was kind of crazy to me because we brought him in and I was expecting them to be like curious and sniffing him, and they just were just like, whatever, and walked away. So I was a little bit shocked that that was the only reaction they gave. So that's it for the pets. Fifth question. Anna would like to know, has it been hard preparing food both day and night for yourself and hubby with a newborn? Yes. It is very difficult, and it's getting easier as I've got my routine down. It's getting easier now that I've got a stretchy wrap so that I can baby wear him if he's not wanting to be put down. The first 2 weeks that we were home, really, my husband was just going out almost every day and getting us fast food. Or if we were out in an appointment, we'd just grab, some fast food, and that was it. Like, fast food was just our main source of nutrition for a while, because we also didn't have much food in the house because we had just gotten back from our baby moon and he was a month early, so we were not at all prepared for him to be here. And also, my husband's been really good about helping out with the cooking. So he's cooked us a few meals as well. And one of the things for me that makes it the easiest is that he doesn't expect me to cook. Like, he's not expecting me to cook dinner and have it ready. I've got stuff so that I can cook dinner and get it ready. And it's just, I'll let him know beforehand, hey, I'm going to cook dinner tonight, or I don't know if I'm going to be able to cook dinner tonight. So if I'm not able to, a lot of times he'll still bring something home, or we'll just do like something quick, like a sandwich or soup or something like that. Because that was another thing that I did after we'd been home for about a week, maybe 2 weeks. I did a Walmart grocery pickup order. If you don't have or know what Walmart grocery pickup is, it's awesome. And if you have it in your area, I would highly suggest that you look into it. Basically, I just shop online, I click everything that I want, I pay for it, and then the next day I drive to Walmart. I don't even have to get out of my car. They come, they load it up for me, and that's it. So that has made grocery shopping a whole heck of a lot easier, but I stocked up on stuff for quick things like sandwiches, soups, canned ravioli, just real quick things that we could eat, little freezer meals. That way we at least have something if I can't just make food, or if my husband can't just make food. So that's how we've handled meals. Next question. Joshua says that his girlfriend is 20 weeks pregnant and she's been getting pulley pains in her belly button. And he asked me to go into more detail about my experience because I had that same type pain when I was pregnant. And he mentioned that every little thing is scary. And I totally understand where you're coming from. Everything scared me when I was pregnant. Everything that wasn't by the book was scary. So totally get where you're coming from. For me, the pulling pains, I talked to my doctor about it several times. They even checked in that area with ultrasound and could not find anything wrong. Most likely, she said it was just where the baby was putting the majority of his pressure. Basically, like, he's bruising up my inside, I guess, from the constant pressure on that area. So I never got a concrete answer with that, but it never caused any issues other than just that pain, just in that same area. Like you said, just a pulling, stabbing type pain. Now, I wouldn't, I would definitely have her talk to her doctor about that, because just because it was nothing for me doesn't mean it's nothing for her. I always say better safe than sorry, but hopefully it's nothing like mine was and it goes away for her, because I have not had any pains in that area since he was born. So if it's the same type thing I had, it's temporary, it sucks, but it'll go away. And our last question, Carissa had mentioned that she also has a blocked fallopian tube, and her husband have been trying to conceive. She wants to know if I conceive naturally, or did I take Clomid or have IVF. I did conceive naturally. It's interesting because after my tubes were unblocked, I tried for, it was either 5 or 6 cycles. And then I actually had an appointment with my fertility doctor to start Clomid that next cycle. And so I was supposed to call him when I started my cycle so that I could come in and get the Clomid. So instead of my cycle starting, I got a positive pregnancy test. So that was just a really big blessing, because I did not want to take Clomid. I was not looking forward to that. So, you know, and I know you had mentioned too that, you know, you're hoping to start a family, and you want to make sure all your bases are covered. I'm assuming that you found my castor oil pack videos. I would definitely recommend that you do those if you're not already doing those, because that is what helped me the most. Before I started that, my doctor basically said, you will not get pregnant without IVF. And Mr. Liam showed up 6 months later, so, or didn't show up 6 months later, but was conceived 6 months later, naturally. So don't give up hope. I understand how incredibly stressful and heartbreaking that experience can be, but don't give up hope. That is it for my Q&A. Thank you so much for everybody that sent me in questions, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.